Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your January love reading. I've already pulled the cards. I haven't looked at them, but we'll get started right away. So, first, let's take a look at the energy surrounding your love life or your romance life. Your first card is light. This is nice energy. It's kind of like the sun card. So, it means abundance, it means healing. It's a great card to start off. Very nice. Okay, your next card is victory and success. So if you have had, an issue in the past with a love relationship or a romantic partner, you're definitely going to have victory and success, either bringing in a new love or, reconciling with someone from the past. So we'll take a look at that. And then you have stand your ground. Okay, so with those three cards, I get the idea that you did have some type of a conflict with a romantic partner in the past, and you're standing your ground. But with that, you're bringing in healing and either a new love or possibly you're healing this love. So let's take a look at your past energies. So these are your past energies. Oh, okay. You have orphaned. Yeah, this is the feeling of, being abandoned, being left out in the cold. And it's the number 5. It's very much like the 5 of cups, with this energy, I kind of feel like it's the 5 of cups and the 10 of swords. Feeling very alone. So I'm kind of thinking with this, it could be a sign that, you may repair this relationship, or you're definitely going to bring some new relationship into your life that will help you to transform from this. This is your past energy. And with victory and success there, I really think that you have a lot of abundance in love coming your way, one way or another. I also think, with standing your ground, you may be feeling a little bit abandoned because you took a stand in your past relationship, or perhaps the relationship you're still in. You took a stand. There was something that you felt really kind of rocked, your core beliefs about love or about the relationship. So your tarot cards with that are the Hierophant and the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands, speaks to the burdens, and this relationship could definitely have been a burden in some way for you. And the nice thing about the 10 is that it's at the end of the cycle. And since this is in your past position, you may have already kind of like worked through this because you have the Hierophant card, which is, coming into spiritual awareness and understanding. You've gained some wisdom from all of this situation in the past. And you might be ready to move on. And definitely with these cards here, you definitely, if right now you're not feeling it, you definitely have some nice energy coming in. So let's see what you have in your present position. All right, birds of a feather. And you have the Lover's card. This is the Good Tarot. That's the Lover's card. And you have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles talks about an apology or learning something new. And I'm going to go back to that Hierophant card because that's, you may have gained some spiritual wisdom from this past relationship. And with the Lover's card, this was definitely a significant relationship in your life. And, it still might be reunited. We'll have to see. But, if nothing else, it was really a strong bond. And you really are learning from the situation and looking at it maybe from a wiser standpoint. And with the light, that kind of also indicates that you've learned something from this. And birds of a feather, for some reason, I'm getting the idea that perhaps what has happened in the past had something to do with family society, or religious beliefs about love. Because these birds, birds of a feather flock together. And you may have been kind of like wanting to step out of a belief system that you grew up with, whether a religious, view of love, or a family or a society view of love. And especially with this stand your ground, it's kind of saying, and 7 is a spiritual number, it's kind of saying, one of the reasons you had this a breakup or parting of someone from the past is because you were kind of standing your ground, and you may have actually been wanting to leave, the group, and had a different viewpoint of love, or a different viewpoint about the roles within a love relationship, and maybe even just different from the person that you were with. So in your obstacle position, you have status quo. I'm getting the message that I think the person you were with, wanted to keep the relationship the way it was. They were just happy with the status quo. They were happy with the way it was. And you wanted to change something about the roles in your relationship, or perhaps you wanted to take the relationship to the next level. There was, a conflict about belief systems. I don't think it was like like something, like a third party or something like that. I don't think that there was like some betrayal. I think it really was just a different viewpoint between you and this other person. Because, this is being in the obstacle. So you have the Ace of Earth, which is like the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. And I think right now with these two cards here, since it's in your obstacle position, you're kind of feeling uninspired and perhaps not sure of. You may be not feeling very sure of your stance about, the position you were taking in your conflict. You may be thinking, oh, I should just go with the status quo. Why am I trying to step out and do something different? But with this victory and success card, I think whatever path you are on, you're being guided, and, listening to your intuition and your spiritual guides. Like, I think you're being guided on this journey. Very interesting. All right, so the advice from Spirit is wounds. Withheld support from the past can cause low self-esteem that cripples action. So, this could be either you or the other person, but, by crippling action, I kind of am getting the feeling that maybe somebody didn't want to go to the next level in your relationship. They didn't want to take that action. And you may have taken it as, that they didn't love you. You were feeling orphaned. And roles could be vice versa. Okay, so keep that in mind. But I think that, the other person was kind of like the King of Swords is somebody that's, very, very stands in the ground. Perhaps, doesn't have a lot of love, right? I mean, I have my sword. It's going to be my way. That kind of personality, coming at it from an analytical point instead of a heart point of view. And the reason is because there's some kind of past wound that either you or the other person needs to heal in order to move on from this and to see a different viewpoint. I think this whole situation is really about a viewpoint, about relationships, about love. So you have the 10 of Fire, which is the 10 of Wands, and you had that over here. You definitely, there's definitely a burden here of some sort that either you or the other person is trying to work out, but you're just, and you both might be kind of like this in this King of Swords, energy, just kind of like, no, I want it my way. And the other person's the same way. I want it my way. But there's something that, a conversation that I think that the two of you just need to have, and to talk about why it is that you're so strong in this belief. Because especially with the Hierophant card here, I think that, one of the things that maybe you and the other person need to do is just kind of look at why you believe the way that you do. Is that something that's just something that you've had with you for a long time? And, I kind of get a feeling that maybe both of you are kind of standing your ground. Like, no, this is the way it's kind of always been. And now that we've moved into the age of Aquarius, there's a little bit more of, bigger picture, taking, stepping back and realizing that things don't have to stay in this status quo, right? Things are just a little bit more open. Thinking is a little bit more open. And that's going to translate even into love relationships. So the outcome is Angel of Strength. So your spirit guides are really trying to tell you that you have the strength to overcome this. To either overcome it and reunite with this person, like overcome the difference, talk it out, compromise, or else you'll have the strength to move on from this. And you have the Ace of Cups. I just love this card. You have the seahorse, and the way that, the seahorse is just holding that pearl or that orb there, just so, nestled in there. So cherished. And I think that that's what they're saying. Oh, and you have the King of Cups. So, you have the King of Swords here, energy here. I'm kind of, this could be the other person that's just kind of like, no, this is the way it's going to be. This could be the energy really of your other person from the past. And what, I'm getting here is that you have the Angel of Strength on your side. You have the strength to overcome the situation in the past, because you do. You have, you're the King of Cups bringing in his Ace of Cups, offering a cup of love. Oh, how nice. What a nice way to end that reading. Because, yeah, you're going from, the orphaned state to the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. New love on the horizon. Very nice. Okay, I am going to pull, this is like the soulmate love card. Let's get something about the past, and then we'll pull a card maybe, for the future person. If you think that there's two people, kind of have a feeling you're going to have a choice between two people. So let's see. For the past, what energy do we have there? Perception, red flags, delusion, perceptive, see through your own false beliefs. Yeah, so that's, that's coming back to that whole idea of changing your perception about beliefs. And now that we've stepped into the age of Aquarius, there is going to be a lot of changing in our perception about how things always were and how we may need to change them in the future. And you may have actually kind of like leveled up and changed your perception of love. And this other person that you were dealing with wasn't really quite ready to change their perception. They wanted to keep everything, status quo. They wanted to stay in the same kind of roles and, traditions, that type of thing. And you may have been really wanting to kind of, change things a little bit. Very interesting. And remember, the roles could be reversed. You may be the one that wants to stay in, something that was more traditional, and the other person wanted to bring in, some new kind of thinking or perceptions into your relationship. All right, let's do one for the King of Cups. Let's see what that energy may bring into your love life. Chaser, in pursuit, convincing, rejection. Let them go and let it be. Okay, I am going to say, I really think that this is kind of like let this type of energy go and let this be, right? The only way that you can bring this in is to let the old go. And that may be difficult because, once again, I don't think, that in this situation, it won't resonate with everybody. I don't think that there was like a betrayal or something, that you could put your hands on. It was just like you were drifting into different ways and of thinking. And that was what caused the conflict between the two of you. All right, let's look at your romance cards and see what we have there. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay, so, one of the things, you can take this two ways. I think, this person in the past, you could have maybe had a very strong, magnetic chemistry between the two of you. And, sometimes when a relationship is based mostly on, passion, what happens is that, the passion may start to dwindle a little bit, and then you start getting into, well, I'm ready to have more commitment in the relationship. And this other person may have been like, no, I really don't want to be in a committed relationship. I like things the way they are. And, you didn't see it the same way, or they didn't, like you just we're on the same page, let's put it that way. But there's definitely, some magnetic quality to the person in the past. And remember, you have free will. If you want to go back to that person, you definitely can. But I also do see that if you heal from this situation, you do have love on the horizon. All right, let's do another romance card. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. I really do kind of think that this is about you, just kind of like retreating from this relationship and really kind of, maybe building a strong foundation on what it is that you want in love. And then once you make that decision, stand your ground, right? And you can go back to this person from the past, or, you can start seeking out new love. All right, we'll pull a romance angel card and see what we have there. Big happy changes. Nice. Okay, so you could take this two ways, right? You could say that maybe the two of you, your person from the past and you will have a conversation. You'll work this out, right? You'll compromise about, like how to take your relationship to the next level, or, the roles that you play in your relationship. Or it could be that you are, you're ready to move on. You have the strength to, overcome this situation. You get more grounded in what it is that you want out of love, and you move into the King of Cups energy. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to pull you one more angel message, and then we'll just close it out. Very nice. And if you have enjoyed this reading, I'd really appreciate if you would like or subscribe to my channel. And let's see what you have here. Last message from the angels. Inspiration. A wave of inspiration and a stream of beautiful ideas are about to enter your aura. It is important that you trust your intuition at this time. Pay attention to unusual thoughts that come to your mind, and do not discount your imagination. Many wonderful ideas have served humanity, were initially scoffed at or ridiculed. We, your guardian angels, will help you discover ways to apply your ideas and manifest new realities for your life. And, I think that's a beautiful message. I think that what they're trying to say to you is really get grounded in what it is that you want in love. And when you do, you're going to bring in, the people, the person, the love that you want to be around. Because once you move into that higher energy, and, like if you look at the sky here, there's a lot of light, there's a lot of energy there. And you will attract other people that feel the same way that you do about love. because you do. You have love on the horizon. And, if this is your person here, your King of Swords, there could be people can, see things in a different way. Sometimes it takes time, especially as we move into the age of Aquarius. It's taking some people more time to, change their ideas about love and belief systems. And, that person may end up changing their mind, but you have to really do what's right for you. And that's what they're saying. You're going to get some type of inspiration that really gives you the intuitive knowledge that you need to make this decision and then decide what you want to do. And I think that's, once again, that's the message. You have the free will to do whatever it is that you want. If you want to leave this past relationship, you have the strength to do it. And if you want to go out and find new love, that new love is on the horizon. Nice reading. Oh, Cancer, I'm so excited for you. I wish you lots of light and love and happiness in the year 2021. Goodbye.